getting right to the heart of the big rock stories.
The 6 o'clock Rock Report in association with Hot Press Radio Nova.
Well, I might have mentioned it once or twice today, or possibly 32 times. That
43, I counted.
that Scott was going to be on the phone with us tonight. You're always a great man to have a chat to.
Oh. Well, a lot of junk comes flying out of my face, so we'll see.
And we're used to that around here, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Mainly from me. You know what? One of my favourite items of clothing, fella, is my Thin Lizzy Jim Fitzpatrick logo T-shirt. And I'm sure everywhere you go, you see those logos. What does that make you feel inside when you see those T-shirts and that logo so many years down the line?
Well, you can't help but feel great, and when you see it in, different parts of the world, you know that, you're out here for a reason, to spread the good word of Thin Lizzy. And you know that when you see these T-shirts out there that, people are listening, they're paying attention. It's worth the air miles and the bus miles that you put in to do this kind of thing.
Is it gone back to bus miles and things like that? Are you literally going around Europe now in a bus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a posh bus?
It's a very nice bus.
All right. What's the fanciest thing on that bus right now?
Well, I think we've got 3 flat screen TVs, like 35-inch or 37, whatever they are. And the bunk space is very nice.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of room to move around in there. You've got all the amenities. You've got kitchens and bathrooms and all that. It's a very, very nice bus.
It's nicer than my apartment by the sounds of things. So are you enjoying being on the road? It must be great to have Brian back in the fold as well.
It's the best thing to have Brian out here because it actually puts the true feeling of Thin Lizzy back online. I think we kind of lost it there for a while with not that the other guys that we were playing with weren't fantastic players, but
yeah, they were all great musicians. Yeah,
exactly. But there's something special about Brian's playing. He was one of the guys that actually created the whole Thin Lizzy sound along with the rest of us. So to have him back up there in the saddle is just a pure bonus.
But it seems to me, though, Scott, that it's over the past couple of years in particular that you guys have enjoyed, a renaissance.
A resurgence.
Yeah. You've just kind of really almost exploded back onto the scene again.
Yeah, what was the reason for that? Yeah.
I think that is because of who's actually in the band these days, and the attitude that we take towards playing these songs now. Now that we've gone back to, more of what, the original Thin Lizzy was all about, I think the word has kind of gotten out, and, more people actually want to go see what this thing probably was all about, back in the day with Phil and all that. So I think that's helped quite a bit.
So, do you think Ricky I'll kick myself for saying these, but is he filling those shoes?
Nobody's absolutely going to fill, Phil's shoes, But as he says, and I says, he stands alongside them pretty good, And, we're getting ready to, we're starting to write for this first new album that we're trying to get out probably sometime early next year. And I'm reading, a lot of Ricky's lyrics, and it really, it's the same vibe that Phil had. The true sort of storyteller. It's not just a bunch of words that rhyme together and just got slung on a page, right?
Yeah.
Ricky's the kind of guy, he really thinks about the storyline and how this is going to affect him or other people or whatever. And it's great to be back into something like that with a guy that can do that with these kind of lyrics.
Does he take a poet's approach to it the way Phil would have done?
Yeah, I mean, I think all true lyricists do. I mean, you have an ear for making maybe difficult words rhyme with something else, but at the same time make sense, which is probably the toughest thing to do, to write a 4-minute song that tells a whole story in such a short space of time. So these guys can do it.
Okay, hold the phone 1 second. Scott Gorham from Thin Lizzy on Radio Nova's Rock Report. We chat more after this. Thin Lizzy, Rosalie playing on Radio Nova. So the guys opening up for Guns N' Roses on Thursday night at the O2. Scott Gorham on the phone here. What do you say, Scott, to the begrudgers, the people who kind of go, really? Thin Lizzy, or you're still calling yourselves Thin Lizzy?
Well, I say, fair dues. Phil was probably one of my best friends ever, and to hear people still think that about Phil, I still think that's, although it's not great, but I get it. I understand it, because I was actually one of those people in the beginning before when I was asked, do I want to put this thing back together? And I said the same thing. What? Can't do this without Phil. What, are you nuts?
So what changed your mind then?
Well, what changed my mind, is, I told everybody that I was probably never going to play a Thin Lizzy song again. And of course, a fair few years go by and somebody throws an old track at you and you listen to it and you start to get the bug again. And the one that's really bit me hard is when we got into a room and played that first Thin Lizzy song that I hadn't played in years, which was the song Jailbreak.
Okay.
And we got done with that song. We all looked at each other and went, wow, man, that was kicking. But what I'm going to say to the people who are begrudgers, just come on down and see what we do. See how we treat the whole thing. See how we handle it. And if by that point you're not having a great time and you don't get it, then fair enough, hands up.
And here you are then, getting ready to open for Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
So how does that feel, if that's not a stupid question? Because, we got to be honest here. There's a bit of controversy surrounding Guns N' Roses
too,
and Axl, and whether it's all going to happen at all.
It's going to happen. It's they've been traveling around, doing their side of touring right now, and everything's going real smooth. And from what I hear, they're getting great reviews, as they always have.
Is Axl turning up on time?
That's what I hear. It's just there's just not a problem.
Well, you know what? I said it here on the radio because when Axl came into town last time with his crew, there was it was all sorts of grief about it because he turned up so late. And my point here is that at least when you guys are on the stage, you can keep going. You can just keep filling that time, You're in your 60s now. You sound like
Hey.
No, sorry. You haven't aged at all. So are you still enjoying it as much as you did back in the day?
I do, just as much. And I purely for the reason that, I'm a better player these days than I was back then. Obviously, I'm not inhibited by any sort of Class A action going on throughout the body and, much clearer thinking and all that. And, traveling conditions are pretty nice these days. And like I say, the guys that are in the band, they're kicking players and kicking people. So it makes it really easy to be out here and to do this kind of thing for long stretches at a time.
So do you guys hang out together when you're not touring, when you're not playing, or do you go off and do your own thing? What do you do?
Well, we're in different parts of the world. It's like Darren is in Wales, I'm in London.
And what do you do in London then on your time off?
Well, believe it or not, I play golf.
I believe
you're like Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Well, I've had Alice Cooper at my golf course.
Yeah,
and
of course
we had a
you
really great time. It was the same with I had Alex Lifeson from Rush come down to the golf course.
Does he play golf as well?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You would not believe.
No, you wouldn't.
If I gave you the names of people who actually played golf, you'd fall over and faint right now.
Well, all the Iron Maiden guys are all big, serious golfers.
That's right. I played with
Nico
several times. You just wouldn't know. I'm talking with Glenn Tipton from Judas Priest last night. He plays golf.
But it's not very rock and roll, Scott. Come on.
No, it is.
No, it isn't.
As soon as Tiger Woods hit the scene, it all became legal.
Hey!
Nice
I couldn't even talk about it before he got on the scene.
Have you met him?
No, God, no, I haven't.
Scott, it was so good to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking our call.
Love to see as many people as we can out there in Dublin at the O2 Arena.
Well, we're all looking forward to it, that's for sure.
This is a lot of fun. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for talking to us. Scott Gorham from Thin Lizzy on Nova's Rock Report.
First, with the rock news you need to know.
The 6 o'clock Rock Report in association with Hot Press Radio Nova.